I'm just saying, man, Wonder Vision, the most powerful witch in the universe who can alter reality and a sentient being who can do anything, sucks at raising twins. Superman and
Uh,
Lois, the most powerful man in the universe and the best journalist of the world, sucks at raising twins. My wife and I are normal humans.
yeah, I'll ask you once they become teenagers. I'll ask you that once they become teenagers.
Man, I just want to say, suck it, Wonder Vision and Superman and Lois.
Hi guys, this is Geek, and today we are bringing you a review of Superman and Lois season 2, which is amazing to say, like, for a CW show, because CW shows have been suffering, hands down. Flash, Arrow got out in a very good time because Flash is suffering. Legends of Tomorrow got canceled. There are weird projects coming in, but this one show is basically standing out with an amazing writing and like really amazing format. So, what were your thoughts for season 2?
I loved it, man. I absolutely love this show. In short, I would say that, right now, or probably the best live action DC show for me. I would just say that.
True. Like, no hate to Henry Cavill or Amy Adams. They are both nailing their roles as Lois Lane and Superman. But I kind of cannot see them in a particular setting like this, like, having to deal with teenagers and, like, twin teenagers, and that too, like, they're going through their, what we used to call our edgy phase or our rebellious phase, which is very amazing that they have written it in a way that it's not heavy, like, it's not taking you out completely, but at the same time you're still immersed in the story, you're getting the necessary action. And for a CW budget, I would say it's good. I would say it's good, but I really want to talk about Tyler Hoechlin's Superman. It's different. It's not Henry Cavill, it's not Christopher Reeves. It's a mix in between, like where he is the most powerful being on the world, but also at the same time, he is a father of two rebellious teenagers, which we see throughout season 1 and 2. And it's amazing to see that human aspect of Clark. Like, even though you have all these powers, you're not safe from society, teenager angst, school problems, and all of that stuff. There are two things I want to discuss. Number one, there are a few events that happen in the season which were just unnecessary. And for me, the first one would be telling Lana Lang and Sarah Cushing that, they have powers. For me, I was just like, was it needed? Maybe, but personally, I was just like, okay, if you take this out, it just doesn't matter, like to the entire story. So what do you think?
Yeah, first part I would agree with. The family aspect of this show is like absolutely done incredibly well. And the fact that this show is called Superman and Lois, it does justice to both names. It's not just a Superman show, it's a Superman and Lois show, and it does justice to both names. This is not shoehorning Lois just to be, a strong independent character into a Superman show. This is a show about Superman and Lois, and does justice. This is not them trying to make another twist. I would just say that. Just shoehorning her into a Flash show and just making her say, you are not the Flash, Barry, we are the Flash." That's not how this
Mm, that was
this
cringe.
this
That
yeah
was
this
cringe.
yeah exactly. This shows how two equal partners, regardless of the strength one has and the other doesn't, work together to solve their problems. uh, and complementing to that, that the villain that they had this season, Ralston, was almost a villain for both of them at the end of the day.
True.
For Lois, it was through her sister, and for Superman, obviously, the world endangering
The world in entering.
scenarios that Superman
Which
faces.
is kind of reminiscent to
Yeah,
season
yeah.
one, by the way,
But
because Tal Rho pretty much was that kind of villain. Like, For Lewis, he was like that corporate greed, and for Superman, of course,
Yes,
the Kryptonian threat, which I really like. This is a good point that you brought up because previously I didn't see that. Like whichever villain comes in, he's affecting both of them, but on a different, side,
exactly.
and it gives more
Yes,
depth to that villain character because although you may not agree with Ali Alston, there are people who do, and just because Lois has all of her life together doesn't mean that everybody else has the same thing. And that's what Lois is fighting against until at the season end, she comes to that acceptance like, okay, just because I'm privileged to have that doesn't mean everybody else will. And that gives her a new level of empathy, which, results coming back to her sister. And for Ali Alston, I remember how much we shared theories that she could be Granny Goodness or something of the sort. But of course, they brought back Parasite, which is good. I mean, normal movie TV series fans might not know her, but comic book like pre-crisis comic book fans would definitely know her. So yeah, but this show was just like amazing in terms of like bringing out characters. And we have to talk about Jordan though. Jordan has had a really huge development, like insane amount of development. Like he went from a crybaby to an actual like striving to be superhero.
and the thing is that all of this, the growth that these characters have had in this season, nothing was out of place for me, at least.
Yeah.
Uh, at least for the four family members, I would say, at least for them, all the growth that they had from episode 1 till episode 15, they had that, all of that made sense. Characters grew, they faced issues, they grew with that, and the point that they became one, even to the extent that in the final battle that Jordan faces, the two, Lana and Jonathan's
Mhm.
doppelgangers.
Yeah.
Even in that, it wasn't shown that he was like dominating them. Even, you know, because generally when we see these sort of things, when the family is being attacked, you just get so much power because of the
The
power of
anime
friendship and the power of
anime
family.
power up, anime power up.
You, yeah, yeah. Flash has actually done this.
Yeah.
In the, I think, 2 seasons before, they actually beat a villain with the power of friendship. Uh, that was a
Yeah, that
cringe
only
level,
works in Kingdom Hearts. It doesn't work.
ultimate pro
It,
max. Exactly, exactly. It was cringe levels pro max. Now here we can see that Jordan, sure, he has more, uh, incentive to beat them, but he was doing it out of luck. He just turned the head. The Lana shot Jonathan, taking him out for a while. Then obviously, Henry's daughter came in with the help. So he was getting, and he was, trying to fight it, but it wasn't shown that he just overwhelmed everyone else. All of the growth of the characters made one way or another, as I thought.
yeah,
And the scenes of the power, the exact, I would say the main strength of this show is the family aspect,
it
the
is. It
human
is.
aspect.
It is.
Obviously, Superman is there, but there's Talro. Then you have Kal-El and Talro's brotherhood being formed, and what, as we were discussing on WhatsApp, what a redemption story he has.
Talro has
Talro
had a
has,
very, very good,
in this season.
and it's a very good send off as well. Like, okay, he can be in that other
Yeah,
parallel universe and have a good life
mm,
there. Like, he can restart and just like and you can feel that in his
mm,
character as well. Like, okay, probably he can just come in to some use at some point in the future, but if he doesn't, it's a good send off for him to
it's
exit
a
the
good
series
send
if
off.
he
Yeah.
wants to.
And the car scene was hilarious as well,
Uh,
especially Superman shouting away a very misguided form of apology, so just he can hear. So,
I
but
mean, the nephew did save his
they
life,
have
so
used, but the way they have done so in this entire season, I would say I really, really enjoyed it. There, as I said, the family aspect. Since I am also, raising twins and father here as well. The complications that Clark faced with drug issues, the way he reacted, the way Jonathan was fearful of his father, not out of fear of him being Superman. It was the fear of his own father, the love he had for him, and he was like he was heartbroken that the father hates him now. That was that was handled so very well. And being a family member now, family man now, I actually saw that, and I was like, this is probably how sane people react. And this is something that our shows miss in family stuff. They go either too over the top or too below the word. You have to be on point, and this was the dealing family problems on point,
True,
I would say.
very true. And it's kind of like something that personally both of us have had in our lives, like where we have messed up. Our dads have not been happy with us and all of that. But yeah, we could sense like, Jonathan, you effed up, bro. You effed up big time, and I hope you redeem yourself. But he did. But yeah. But overall, a good season. Looking forward to the season 3, and here's to hoping that they preserve the same level of writing and hopefully give these writers a good raise because they deserve it. Being in the CW and just like, actually, to your point,
I would just say, yeah. I would just say they've already shown that this is a different Earth from the Arrowverse.
yeah,
Just move it to HBO Max for now, and just
like, yeah.
run away as fast as possible. Just like they say, Flash, run, Betty, run. I would say, run, Superman and Lois, run from CW. Because I really like this show, and I would just want them to keep going this way because they are not going over the top with Superman villains. They are handling very obscure villains, but in a very good way.
In a very
Parasite is not
grounded
an
way.
easy villain to Parasite is not an easy villain to handle. Uh, Bizarro was done magnificently. We forgot
Bizarro was
Bizarro, man.
beautiful.
Bizarro was
Beautiful.
done beautifully.
Like, this is an
But
origin story I can get
and they've
behind.
handled both of them exactly. In season one, we had Steel. Steel was done so amazingly. Even in this, the family aspect again. I'm talking too much about the family aspect, but
It is this. It is the whole
when
premise.
I knew Superman was to save them at the end. When Ali was about to attack, but I was still, I had tears because of the moment that they were sharing.
Yeah,
I knew Superman was going to save them. It was obvious there.
it was obvious,
But
but
still, the moment that in the entire finale, I was either crying out of sadness or crying out of happiness because these are the moments that, these were like so good moments. And I'll be very honest, from my childhood, I have been a Batman fan. I am not the Superman fan. You have been the Superman fan
yeah,
from your childhood, right?
yeah, pretty
I
much.
have been the Batman fan from my childhood. Even my brother used to tease me like, "Your Batman is human, and Superman can like jump
Mm,
buildings in one leap and all that." And I used to defend Batman all the time, and I was never a big Superman fan. But this season has really turned me around because the hope that this Tyler Superman has, the hope that he has inspired, the things they have shown with this Superman. When he was in Supergirl, I was very indifferent about him, but since this show, my God, man, this Tyler is the Superman. No
the
disrespect
Superman.
to Cavill,
I
he
hope Cavill
is
comes back.
great.
I hope
Yeah,
Cavill comes
yeah. I
back.
really hope Cavill is a really great Superman.
Hmm.
And the Superman that they were building to, he was finally there at the end of Zack Snyder's Justice League, not the other one.
Not Joss Whedon's Justice League,
Not
not Joss
Yeah,
Whedon's one.
not the other. Well, we don't take that name anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Oh
at the
man.
end of that, he was there. He was there, and watching him now would be much more better. I would say.
True.
The storytelling from here on onwards. But Tyler Superman and what's the name of the lowest actress?
Elizabeth
Elizabeth.
Tulloch.
Yeah,
She likes to be called
yeah,
Bitsy.
Elizabeth.
So yeah,
Let's see. So
Bitsy's
Elizabeth and Tyler have knocked these roles out of the park,
true. Very, very true. But yeah, we'll move
and
to ratings, I would
they've
say.
done very well.
We'll
Yeah,
move to
yeah.
ratings now.
Uh,
So I would give it like a good
mm,
8.5 out of 10 because there were a few things that just didn't like work for me. There were a few moments there where they were just edging, like really on the line towards CW edginess, and keeping the real life edginess. So for me, those were a few moments like, okay, it's a bit
Like you
overreaction. Or
mentioned the you like mentioned the Lana
the
moment
Lana
as well.
moment for me. Like, wasn't needed, but okay, if they can play it out
Mm.
well, because I kind of feel like it gives more problems than solutions. So yeah, 8.5 out of 10
So,
from me. What about you?
it's not a perfect show, obviously.
Of course.
It has it. The biggest problem that I had with the show was the breaks. I mean, too many
Too
breaks for
many
this show,
breaks.
and it
Too many
just
breaks.
ruined the entire flow of the show, you know. And I would give it a 9.5, but for the breaks, because it broke the flow, I would take out another point 0.5. I would give it a 9 out of 10.
Fair enough. It's a good score. But yeah, do watch it if you haven't, because people are really sleeping on this show. It's a brilliant show, deserves all the support, and honestly, major props to Tyler Hecklin, as filling the shoes of Superman is never, never, never easy. So yeah, but until then, this is our review. We hope to see you in the next one as well. Until then, take care, keep each other safe. See ya.